All right, welcome everybody to Xenon Gaming Series. We are gonna see Mr. Pang eSports versus Clemdaddy here tonight on this nice and in some places rainy Thursday. Um, it will be interesting. This is technically speaking the reigning champions coming in against a newcomer. We really haven't seen too much of them, but we know in their qualifier they forfeited 2 matches, but outside of that, they won 3 of the 4 matches they actually played, so I'm very curious to see how they hold up in general.
Yeah,
But we are about to get into bans here in just a second. So we are going to see the bans coming in here very, very shortly as they begin banning. Uh, it'll be interesting to see what Mr. Pang Esports goes for, because we know what they were good at last season, and they were all right on like maps like Oregon, like kind of default maps. But it'll be interesting if they decide that they're going to bring in any of those new maps that got brought in, being Skyscraper and Border. Especially because we haven't seen them, and I know Clemdaddy, I'm pretty sure they played 1 or 2 matches on the new maps in the qualifier, if I'm not mistaken. I could be completely wrong. I don't remember though.
you know, I would love to see some Outback, I think, on this.
Considering there is no Outback, that'd be a little hard. That'd be a
What do
little
you,
hard.
that's
There's
okay. Well, I think Outback should be in the mix. I think that's the
I
obvious
do think
choice.
Outback should be in the mix. Um, it definitely would be. It definitely would be an interesting play. And we do have that first band coming out. We have Chalet coming out. I mean, we do know that that Mr. Pang Esports was not formerly known as Ascend was not very keen on playing any Chalet last season. We know that was one of their first bans typically, and then we following up with Skyscraper from Clemdaddy. I thought I saw them play Skyscraper in the qualifier. Again, I could be wrong. And we have another theme park and a border. We're not going to get to see any of those new maps. I'm kind of disappointed by that one. I was really
Yeah.
looking forward to at least getting to see one of them. Hopefully, like Skyscraper or Border. Border has been out of the pool for a lot longer, and than both those maps than the other two maps. Um, not completely sure about that one, but do miss that. Do miss that dearly. Followed by Villa coming out from Mr. Pang Esports.
I don't know about you, but I'm just ready to get in this game and see who wins. I mean, all this other stuff, it doesn't matter to me. I'm ready for a game. I think it's gonna be a competitive one, so I'm
Yeah, I
excited.
mean, definitely considering their especially Clemdaddy's qualifying stats, going 3-1 in the games I actually played. I'm definitely definitely excited to see what goes on, especially against the reigning champions. This is going to hopefully be a really good matchup. Clemdaddy was still technically playing some of those bottom tier teams in their qualifying matches, but I do have a lot of faith. Ooh, and an Oregon ban coming out. Not sure if I catch that one, and we're gonna get to see what I think Mr. Pang is getting the first pick on, and we are going to play on Cafe, actually. So we're going to get Mr. Pang Esports playing on Cafe, and as well as Clemdaddy on the attack. And we're going to get everyone into the lobby, and then we will be getting into this lobby very quickly. Getting ready for this actual match.
Ready to get into it, man.
Anything you want to say, Chamber? I know you've been kind of quiet.
Yeah, just letting you guys do your thing. But with their map bans, very standard for kind of how competitive play works, especially with the teams, Mr. Pang and Clamdaddy, and their stat wise. Cafe Dostoevsky is something that you wouldn't see Mr. Pang kind of want, considering they do better on defender sided maps. And Cafe Dostoevsky, it still hasn't really had its full place yet in the competitive scene as being an attacker or defender sided with so many different changes and new operators coming out. It's been kind of up in the air for a long time now. It's not a map like let's say Clubhouse, Chalet, and Bank, for example, where it's decided that Bank is an attacker sided map, Clubhouse is more defender sided, and you have Chalet, which is a defender sided map as well.
Yeah.
So definitely gonna be an interesting game here coming out from Mr. Pang, considering that they're more of a defender sided team overall.
And it looks like it's gonna be a cafe. That's awesome.
My only thing is what are the bands gonna look like though on this map? Attacker
I
and defender
mean,
sided wise.
I definitely wouldn't be too surprised if we see a Flores ban, especially because he's been getting banned quite a lot as of lately.
Yeah, Flores. I feel like Flores is one of those bands that are not map specific, but just kind of an overall good band for any map. He gets a lot of defenders out of different areas and makes them peak certain areas, which is nice.
Sure. Yeah.
Not to mention his drone explodes while also doing recon at the same time, so that's pretty good.
And this map, a lot of it comes down to a lot of just straight up repetition. Um,
Yeah.
we know that um, it can be very very repetitive in some cases unless a team really wants to innovate. And I feel like you can punish that a lot, especially if you go into a round knowing generally what the other team's going to do.
Yeah,
Definitely is.
I'd have to agree with you. You'll definitely see it as the match continues onward that everybody will kind of just fall into the same strategy and well, might see repetition between rounds.
I'm looking forward to see some of those strats that you don't see every day, though. Just see those off the wall strats.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. A lot of the times, teams don't usually do those off the wall strats because, well, they just want to get the match over with, so they'll usually play towards the meta.
And we are going to go into a quick break, and when we come back, we will get right into the game. Um, I got not much else to say at the moment until we get into the lobby, so.
I'm ready for some juicy gameplay. I mean, I think I'm gonna put that right out there. Seeing him last season, he was a highlight. And I'm ready for some more juicy.
Yeah,
And
I mean him
those fans better come out in the chat, by the way. Just saying.
him and Swing definitely have a bit of a definitely have a bit of a fan club. Especially I believe there was last in the finals, I believe that we had someone mentioning that in one of the maps, Swing was dragging 4 corpses over the finish line, which was a very interesting comment, but it stuck out with me. So if whoever made that comment is out there tonight, that come say hi. We would like to say hi to everybody. If you were here for during season 1, whether you were player, viewer, whatever it was, just come on out.
Hey, there we are. We already have one juicy fanboy. Let's do it.
Yeah, there we go, getting the juicy in the chat. Now we got to see if anyone from Clemdaddy has anyone in their fan club showing out. Ooh, looks like we do. We do. It looks
Ooh.
like.
Shout out to Captain Oaken. Shout out for Clemdaddy.
All right, now we're gonna figure out what's going on. So but we are waiting on still one of the teams to give us the go ahead that we are ready.
All I'm gonna say is I better see a strat with some shotguns over in kitchen.
Believe
Of course,
we
you'd want to see a strat with shotguns.
and we are
Shotgun
getting
strats are
into the match now.
getting to these operator bands now. So hopefully, we'll see that Flores that we predicted earlier get picked.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, yeah, there it
There he
is. I
is.
called that. That's honestly
As a
quite funny.
defense, as a defensive, I guess team wise, who do you really want to ban? Right?
I
Like,
mean, and then we have the Finka band coming out, which starting to get
there's no.
little bit more popular now that the LMG meta is kind of in play. So,
Yeah,
and
Valkyrie.
now we're going back to default bans. Valkyrie. We'll see who that second one is.
It's
I'm
gonna be
very curious
Castle.
if they go out of the ordinary and ban someone new, someone
Castle's
off the
gonna be
beaten path.
banned. Nope,
Mira,
they stuck
no,
with
not
default.
really.
I wanted to
On
see a
this map, a
Castle
little
ban
bit
for a
maybe,
reason.
but not as much as those. Not as much as some of those
Clubhouse.
other operators. Yeah, on a map like Clubhouse, she gets banned a lot more. Same with Oregon. It's banned quite a bit. And it looks like we're going to be going to Bar Cocktail. Cocktail, excuse me.
The
We're
third
good.
floor site with the Maestro Wamai Jaeger Thorn Smoke. Your typical setup, except
Attackers
you
need to
trade out
locate and defuse
obviously
as many
that
bombs as they
trap
can.
operator for Thorn, which if you're really bringing Thorn, it's more for the weapon than your gadget is not
Bomb located by
to say the
attackers.
least. But seems like a pretty standard setup for competitive play on Cafe, with your shields coming out and having somebody playing that pixel angle. Hopefully, the person who's playing there is Wamai. If he does have the MP5K, that is a great spot for him to play.
10 seconds left.
But overall, you're gonna have your freezer shield, your head rotate
5 seconds
holes
to insertion.
as the match begins here, and all
Attackers
the
are
players are ready
defuse
to
the bomb.
attack and defend. The attacking team gonna probably going for a roof take here, especially since you are bringing that sledge,
And
and
one
you
thing I'd like to
have
note is they're not trying to reinvent the wheel with this hold so far. I mean, the one thing I don't like about this hold is those ADS placements. If you could go back down onto where Pixel is and show those ADSs real quick. I don't know how well those are going to do. Flip that around. Just keep going,
those
keep going. Another one. There
those
we go.
ADSs
I
probably won't
don't
hold
know
it.
if one of those is gonna. One of them might not protect that shield. I think the top one definitely will, but I don't know if that bottom one will. And that could be costly, especially if the whole purpose of that is to just burn hide, because that takes
Well,
away another.
yeah, looks like they're opening up already the wall to Pixel and realize that somebody is there, and they're gonna see the second shield into Freezer. You do have the Jaeger roaming downstairs, who might get into an engagement here pretty soon on that door. But we're gonna see them drop down red. Bullets are gonna fly out. Nothing is going to connect quite yet, though. Or am I gonna hold the hard angle on the Pixel, which is a good idea.
And I would like to note, we are getting to see that Thorn getting brought out right after her quarantine period's done. We've actually been seeing a lot of her, even in top play, I think. If I'm not mistaken, we have been.
Yeah,
So I feel like a lot of that is due to the fact that if
the
Ella had a
impact.
better gun, she would get, or less recoil on her gun, she would get played a lot more than she does. But she doesn't, so here we are.
Yeah. Ella pre-nerf would probably be played a lot. That shield on Pixel gonna be taken out, and the first kill
A
gonna be
bomb
going
has been
towards
located.
Clemdaddy with a headshot onto swing. Now it is only that freezer shield they have to deal with, and he's gonna immediately pick off as well. Same with the Habana, then Thorn, bullets flying everywhere, people going down, power positions being lost, and top white is now down. You are left into a 2v3 situation, a 1v3
This is an
situation with no power
awful
position.
situation if you are
And
Mr.
well,
Pang Esports, especially if that's your best site. You're going into that round, you're thinking that one's your best site. I'm not sure if I would go there again. You just kind of got absolutely picked apart.
Yeah, that's a rough one. They really just left them out to dry there at the end. Sad to see.
And I believe they're gonna go back there again. Maybe they saw something we didn't. I don't know if I would have.
I think losing that pixel shield is what really
Attackers
set it
need to
off.
locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah, that
Set
early
off the
loss to that
chain
pixel
reaction.
shield, especially with the Thatcher being up, holding that pixel shield might be a little bit too much. Might be a little bit too much to do. I don't know if it's worth it, in my opinion. Especially on a utility-based site, I don't know if I would go upstairs if there's a Thatcher on board.
Yeah.
Especially with how
But
well you just got picked apart.
yeah, but what other site does that leave you with? You can go
Attackers have
reading and
discovered the
mining, I
location of a
guess,
bomb.
or fireplace, because you can't go downstairs
10
to
seconds to
first
go.
floor. There's a thatch on the board. That's easy utility clear into
5 seconds
bakery
left.
or going from behind and getting the wall freezer side. So
Attackers are heading out to defuse a
I
bomb.
guess it's kind of just brute force solution. You gotta just continue to play the same site. You said repetition is something that is seen here, and well, you're just hoping that enough repetition they can win enough rounds.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing to note about that repetition I was talking about earlier, Thatcher's on the board. Thatcher isn't usually on the board. So with
Yeah,
him being on the board, that repetition I was talking about could be thrown out the window, which means that this could end up becoming just a complete mechanical game, as opposed to what it usually is, which is usually a utility-based map. But it's very structured, but also at the same time, as I mentioned, very repetitive.
yeah, I would have to agree there. We're going to be seeing the same
Bomb
Habana
located
wall
by
open
attackers.
run out. Not really going to connect as well. Jaeger's going to get picked off, and Twitch is going to lose all their HP with no Finka to heal. He's going to be stuck there for a while until he gets picked off, or if he gets picked off.
One
We know
thing I'd
that
also
pixel
like to
pretty
point
quick.
out is the fact that there were absolutely zero changes on the defense. I mean, the attack, okay, it made sense. They saw they were going back upstairs. They saw they were bringing the same lineup, doing the same exact thing. Bring the same lineup. It absolutely destroyed that defense. But defense, I mean, you got 2 kills, and the round really wasn't even close. It wasn't like it was a close 3v1 or it was close at
Yeah, I
domination by
mean,
Clemdaddy.
you're in left on 4v5 already, and there's still a minute and a half to work with here. If you're Clemdaddy, you're laughing. You have so much time on your hands to do everything. You're just clearing out all the small angles and then going to take off that pixel shield, hopefully. Yep.
They're definitely
And
going to
well,
get rid of
no.
that. Yeah, especially after I don't remember who was on it. I believe it was Romai, but as soon as he left it, yeah, you're gonna lose it. So he's gonna try to play. He's gonna back up probably in the bathroom or let's get his top white. He does
There
get a pick. He does get
he
a pick.
does. He's gonna hold the aggressive angle with Thorn, and that is gonna make it harder for Sledge to move forward, especially with that Maestro cam right there, taking off a little bit of damage. And he's gonna get another pick. That is 2 kills for Swing. Toaster gonna pick up his first kill of the round and the game. We are gonna be seeing this pixel angle be tried a lot more now. With only 2 people left. You do have one who's on low HP. Maestro gonna be taking the pick all the way from Cocktail. Left with this pixel shield. And well, no utility to clear it. He's just gonna have to brute force his way through it.
15 seconds
And his
remaining.
best bet is to go through New Belk and try to take the gunfights there.
10 seconds left.
But looks like he's just
So
gonna sit
what?
top red and white.
So from what we just
5
saw,
seconds to
apparently
go.
Mr. Pang and his eSports organization knows something we don't, and they wanted to go back that site because they knew what
Operators,
they
you
did
have
wrong,
run out of
and
time.
they fixed it apparently.
I think it's
Yeah.
obvious that they fixed it because that worked pretty well.
Yeah, that was a complete opposite to what it was the last round. That was a really dominating win. Actually, it
Yeah.
wasn't too different. It was just for the other team. So
I
depends on how
think
you
the
look at
thing
it.
that happened was their Jaeger didn't really do his job as a lurker, and he did it this time. He took off some damage and made them focus on him, which made the Iona go through the bottom, changed the playstyle up, and they took the 1v1
Defenders,
gunfights
protect your
over
bombs from being
taking
defused by attackers.
a 2v1, right? Like the one I did last time on the Pixel Shield. But nonetheless, now they're on the first floor. like I said before, with Thatcher up, it's not really going to be fun to play here. It's going to be very difficult for the defending team here, since there is no way they can play into Bakery.
It in a
Attackers
way,
have discovered
yeah,
the location
but
of a
in
bomb.
other ways, it could be a better site. I mean, you can play off of
10
site
seconds
and
remaining.
defend the site on this site, if that makes sense. You don't have to play on the
Yeah.
exact objective
5
to
seconds to go.
like stop the enemy team from planting.
Attacker's objective is to
Yeah.
defuse a bomb.
And, well, without playing with Thatcher, you can't really play Bakery because he only has to throw one of his EMPs and almost all your utility is gone immediately. And you're about one frag grenade from getting killed, so it's really gonna be up to these
Bomb
three
located by
roamers right now
attackers.
to do anything for the team. And, well, Juicy gonna be upstairs in piano. Going on the cams, we're gonna have Sledge going to mining, maybe? Gonna turn up mining, and like I said, you're gonna have your Thatcher move over to that main bakery wall and hope to open it up and hopefully get some free kills, and then maybe a free fight if they get enough kills. We're gonna be seeing the Mozzie now on the first floor in coat. That is 3 players now on the 4th floor that, well, Clemdaddy is gonna have to clear out and, well, be
Yeah,
aware of.
I believe we're seeing 4 whole new operators. If I remember, I think it was the Maestro, the Wamai. They had the smoke, and then they don't even have a Jaeger, especially on this
Yeah.
downstairs, which again is another utility-based site. I would have at least brought one Wamai or Jaeger.
Yeah,
That's
and
just
like
what
you
I would have
said,
done personally.
that's what the Thatcher does. He shakes it up and it makes it harder. So they're gonna rely more on their weapon skills and the mechanics that they have. That is the probably best I've seen out of any player coming from the Nomad there. Almost getting picked off through the head by the mute, but ducked under his bullets in time. And well,
A
he's gonna get a
shot.
kill. Maybe Jesus can bring it back here and avenge his teammate, and he won't be able to as he's gonna get picked
And
off
this
too.
aggressive play isn't working out too well.
No. Now,
Attackers
oh,
recovered the diffuser.
you are gonna have Cade though pick up 2 kills. Gonna move over to the red stairs now and get ready to either go upstairs or try to take this bakery. The best idea is to take bakery and leave the upstairs people to come down. He's played towards bar instead, which is very, I wouldn't say the best move, as you do have the Nomad come down red stairs now. He's gonna be peeking that bar. See
We
that
do see
nobody
Smoke here
is there.
challenging from a really far distance, especially with that SMG-11. Not the kind of gun you want to be holding that way.
Yeah,
Especially when
I
you have
must
2
agree.
other operators on your team who have guns that are probably better suited for that.
Ace gonna be moving up to the shield. Nomad moving up to
15
rotate
seconds left.
on the red stairs. Planting now behind bomb chassis. They don't know.
10 seconds left.
Nobody
I
knows.
don't know
They
if they
can't go
know.
through
Yeah,
door.
Attackers
They
activate
can't
they
go
are
through
going to get it
door.
though. Or they at
Oh,
least
they're gonna get him.
they do get him.
Defenders have eyes on
Now
the diffuser. Attackers
he only
need
has
to
a
protect it.
grenade. Throws one. He's waiting to hear the diffuser sound. Knows that one is gonna be coming up after them. Ooh, Nitrocell making a tiny rotate, which is going to distract him. He has no time to throw the
Defenders have
third or
disabled
the
the
second
bomb
grenade,
diffuser.
and well, that's the
Defenders
round for
win.
them.
Yeah, I mean,
The aggressive style is well, it's working for some of them. For the people
yeah,
you want it to work for, it's not really happening right now. And well, if if SI 2022 showed us anything, or yeah, 2022 showed us anything, that is perfectly fine.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Well, now we are in the arena and fireplace. How do you feel
yeah.
towards this one? This one is super utility heavy.
Yeah. I mean, this map kind of, in general, kind of gives off that feel. d- It'll depend on where they decide that they're gonna hold and how they're gonna hold it. If they're gonna hold upstairs, I like to use the word
10
relentlessly,
seconds
where
left.
they're gonna
Bomb
play until
located
they
by
die.
attackers.
that's going to completely
5
change the
seconds
game.
left.
However, if they fall back, you're giving up that site,
Attackers'
and you only
objective is
have
to
one
defuse a
C4.
bomb.
You really only have one way to get back vertically. That
So
might come back to that might backfire on them, but it does look like they are going to play all the way up here. Interesting choices, especially without a shield, only one shield, and I believe that's cut light on pallets.
Jammer ready to activate.
it's a different kind of strategy. Something that I know Lux wanted to see a lot of. A grenade miss coming out from Ayana on the skylight. But Ayana, nonetheless, is gonna shrug it off, jump down the red hatch, and well, peek in the balcony immediately. We are gonna be seeing the Sophia LMG come out.
Yeah,
We
you can
have
ban one LMG, but you can't ban both, or in some cases even three, because
Capital
why
also
not?
has one. 4
Hmm?
Gridlock. Gridlock has an LMG
Capitao,
as well.
Gridlock. Technically, the G8 is considered an LMG, and Amaru does get a quite
True.
fair amount of play on this map.
Oh, grenade gonna be going down white. Gonna be snatched up though by a Jaeger gadget right away. They do only have one shield though, and that could be very bad for them in a few seconds. They're going to be opening up the castle of Freezer right now, and, well, Freezer Wall is going to be opened up as well. Rooney going to lose her life while trying to drop the hatch and get
Stayed
back.
a little bit too long.
Yeah, he overstays welcome, we'll say. The Thorn gadgets, though, that's something different. That will delay their push a little bit on above them. But vertical play coming out from Sledge now, at least,
Nope.
might screw over Mr. Pang.
It looks like we might get to see another, like a default reading plant. And wait, go back to
Oh,
that. This
juicy.
might be huge. This could be
Probably
pivotal. I don't know if they have a flank drone,
on
and I
the
don't know if they heard him.
biggest.
Oh, they do have a drone.
Oh,
Yeah, I
they
heard that
do.
one go off.
And well, they hear him now, so they're getting ready to watch that flank just in case. Ayana dropping down on the pillar. Oh, Juicy.
Attackers have dropped the bomb
I
diffuser.
think he's brought the attention of
Attackers
Juicy, which
recovered
is
the
going to
bomb
get the
diffuser.
kill onto their
bomb
ace
has
and
been
take a little bit of
located.
damage off for Ayana. She's going to continually bash that castle
15
until it breaks.
seconds left.
Now we're going to be seeing the final gunfight of the round come out here.
10 seconds to go.
As
The
they try to
attackers
push
bomb
into reading
diffuser
here,
They
no
can get down there in
time.
time.
Vertical
5 seconds
play.
to go.
Gonna come out.
Yeah.
There's nobody else down there. It's over. That's
Attackers
the
have
round.
recovered their diffuser.
Juicy almost getting another kill.
Operators,
Even
onto,
though they
uh,
lost the round,
Never mind.
one thing I do want to point out is Clemdaddy. Even though they did not have a flank drone down, they recognized that later on in the round, and they did start putting one down, and it did end up scaring off the person that was going to flank them. However, it really didn't affect the round in the end. But
If Juicy had continued with that flank, I wonder what would have happened.
I think it would have been a totally different match. I think they might have actually been able to come back and win that one.
I think it was
this a better game.
Yeah, I think it was a smart man.
Attackers
Sorry,
need to
let me
locate
regather
and defuse
myself. I think it
bombs.
was a smart play on both teams, even though the Clemdaddy did lose the round.
Yeah. Well, Smoke now upstairs, shotgunning out the bar's wooden panels, cupboards, drawers, everything. Smoke shotgun haunts my dreams at night with its rotating ability.
And
and strong pump.
same exact
10 seconds to insertion.
same exact lineup
setup.
as we went last time.
Yeah.
5
Still
seconds.
got
They
the
don't
two
like
shields, I think. Yeah, they do have the two shields. Actually, no, that's not the same exact setup.
Locate and defuse a
Because
bomb.
Aqua's on that Jaeger.
Yeah.
And we also are seeing a different lineup from the attacking as well. Specifically on this site. I know they've been switching up a little bit on both those other sites, but
there's no Thatcher this time.
yeah, there's
at
no
all.
Thatcher, especially on the top floor.
Yeah,
the
that
two sites
is
I would make the
very
two sites
strange.
that I would definitely bring the Thatcher would be on Kitchen and this site. I mean, there's Pixel very, very
Well,
easily.
yeah.
But at the same time,
Now that
you're
we
bringing the
might
Nomad.
well have The Womai will be very huge now, though, because there's no Thatcher to break his gadgets, right? Or disable
A
his
bomb
gadgets, I
has
should
been
say.
located.
Yeah, and they only have the 2 stuns from Zofia and the 3 stuns from Nomad now. So it's not like
Yeah,
they can just get rid of that with one
easily.
throw. Yeah.
Hmm.
And the Aruni on top of the Wamai, I mean, it's.
And
However, there is no Jaeger, so there's some trade-offs.
yeah, but also with that, Womai can throw his gadget when he wants. There's a shield in bathroom. That is
A little
different.
bit. It's a little different than what we did see last time. So
Hmm.
nice to
Hmm.
see the innovation a little bit.
So they did switch the shield from pixel over to bathroom. That's okay. It's okay. And Juicy gonna be picking up another kill with the SMG-11. I think you said earlier, it's not a good idea
Seconds to
to
drop the
peek
bomb diffuser.
far range with an SMG-11. Well,
Yeah,
Juicy's proving you
yeah.
wrong right now.
Usually you might not want to, but it
Juicy
seems to be
picking up
working out for
another
Juicy.
one,
Currently has
taking
3 of
almost
the
all
4
the
kills.
HP off of Nomad before she gets taken out by Aqua. Juicy, just shoving
Juicy
your
got the
words straight
first.
back down your throat.
Yeah, yeah. I had to say something, didn't I? I mean, Juicy got the first 3 kills of that round, and basically shut me up.
Yeah.
If you're
Well,
Clemdaddy here,
I'd be I'd be I'd be
I'd
trying
be a little
to,
concerned.
yeah, regathering
I
myself,
mean,
you know.
if I was them, I probably would have taken that timeout. But
Yeah, I
Defenders,
mean,
protect your
they
bombs
can't
from being
afford to
defused by
lose one
attackers.
more round before the timeout, but that's always not ideal.
Bomb located by attackers.
What we are seeing though from Mr. Pang is they keep doing the same strategies, but just a little bit different each time. Either new operator or differently played, which I kinda like that they're switching it up and not sticking with the same formula.
uh, yeah. I mean,
They show it on paper, but
10 seconds
it's
left
not
before
gonna stay the
insertion.
same.
however, they are switching up their lineup a little bit now.
5
So
seconds
Thatcher
Yeah.
left
switching
before
over to
insertion.
that Nomad, and we got the Thatcher coming out
Attackers are heading
from
out to
Jay.
defuse a bomb.
And they're switching off the the ace from hard breach too. I don't know if they actually. Yeah, I don't think they brought the thermite yet.
No,
So
they haven't. Thermite, it's an okay pick. I mean, not the greatest, but he'll still get the job done.
yeah, but the fact that he'll be able to get those gigantic holes open, especially if they can get bakery control early, will
Yes.
definitely be pivotal in the round because then
They
they can
know
refocus.
they know that Juicy's third floor here. That could be very bad for
Bomb
Juicy.
located by attackers.
Mozzie, though, might peek this mining window and just pick up a free kill.
Yeah.
Juicy, I think, paranoid of somebody dropping his red hatch.
Ooh, and I think
Now
that
we're getting a drone.
is he gonna just push in?
Oh, Juicy jumping out
Picking
the
up
window and
2?
picking up 2 kills mining-wise. Gets in.
Rough start.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see from Clemdaddy. That's a rough start. It's a rough one.
This, if I was Clemdaddy right now, I'd be taking that timeout right after this round. Regathering ourselves, figuring out our game plan, and then coming back and winning it, hopefully. But Juicy showing up now. He's fired up, ready to get some more kills, as we do see Ayana picking up a kill onto the Cade. Alibi still
They
up
could
first.
definitely bring this back. This is far from over though. It's still
Yeah.
4v3, and some would say 4v3.5. Or 3v3.5. That's what I meant to say. There we go. Much better because the mute is very very low. He's practically one shot unless I believe you shoot him through a wall. I think that's the only way that he isn't one shot. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, definitely winnable. I mean, that certainly doesn't help their case, but Swing kind of showing out on this downstairs site. I mean, he did last time. Certainly showed why.
Oh, we are seeing that he might kill this mute free. Oh, he's gonna picked off beforehand, and well, now we're left in this 1v4 situation. That is, well, not ideal, especially with a gun that you have, Thermite, but not all bad.
This one,
As He'll not get the kill onto Juicy.
Yeah, yeah. Looks like he was
Just-
mostly going for a pride one there, and we're going into a 5-1 split. If I'm Clemdaddy, that's not really what I want to see.
No, I would be immediately calling a timeout and asking my team what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, you lost 5 rounds straight. Definitely not a good look.
Yeah, and especially when you had a 3-1 out of qualifiers and we're looking like one of the best teams. That's it's not great at all whatsoever.
Yes.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
This is
as
kind
many
of
bombs as they
disappointing.
can.
A little, but I
Not
mean,
fully.
maybe they could be stronger on their defense. I don't particularly remember watching any of their games myself. I think one of their games got strong. Don't quote me on that though. But
All right, everybody quote him on that, please.
and now I'm gonna get a DM or two about that one. So thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You can see me on Twitter if you'd like.
10 seconds left.
If it's that much of a problem.
5
This
seconds
does look
remaining.
like it's gonna be a very similar setup to what Mr. Pang was doing.
Yeah,
Attackers'
the
objective is to
bathroom
locate a
reinforced
bomb and
wall
defuse
though.
it.
Eh.
Not fully reinforced though.
Yeah, the one side.
But they are
To me
only
feels
opting for bring the
reinforced.
one shield instead.
True.
It's not going to be
They're not
two,
going for the
it's
double
just the
shield
one.
setup. So
And
no
no
pixel.
shield pixel. So
That is very, very dangerous. That is a dangerous game at the point.
yeah, I mentioned it before, and I'm gonna say it again. Maybe they know something we don't. Kind
Well,
of
they have
boosted
to.
Mr. Pang for some reason. I don't know why that comment worked, but it did. So here we are. We're
Yeah.
5-1 now.
It's when you start talking bad about one team that they start doing good.
Yeah. So maybe we start. Maybe we
Talking
start a
bad
little bit
about Clemdaddy.
giving Clemdaddy a little bit of a hard time. Maybe they start proving me wrong.
Yeah.
Not to flame anyone right now, but I think if we start talking bad about Cobalt, he might actually start getting a kill.
True. Cobalt is 0-5 right now. That is well, 0-5-0. He has not gotten an assist, which means he hasn't actually damaged anybody in a round. That's not something you want from your teammate.
Bomb located by attackers.
Drone gonna be missed, obviously.
Now, Clemdaddy's definitely playing a lot more, I'll use the term structured. I don't know if that's the correct term, but it definitely looks like they're playing a little bit more structured. And,
Less free will.
yeah, they're not going for any,
Oh,
we'll use
and
the
well,
word
that
ranked
is.
style plays, and, that's not really what you want to see.
Was that 4
Attackers have
flashes?
located
How
a
many
bomb.
flashes was that? Can we
That
get a
was at
count?
least 3.
I saw 3. No, that was almost 5. Because Thermite only had 1 left to throw out the gate. Juicy picking up the easy frag onto Jaeger. Gonna be opening up the bathroom wall, I assume. Or no, gonna be opening the freezer wall. That's gonna create problems for Clemdaddy here. White stairs hold by their smoke, who's now gonna use his first smoke of the entire round. As well, doesn't look like Clemdaddy has much of a fight back here. It's very hard to retake, especially in the positions that you guys have and the
Attackers
positions you
activated
lost
diffuser.
early. Well, we are gonna be seeing one go
Well, they are
down,
fighting
and
back.
then Lucy's
This
gonna
is
die.
definitely winnable.
Attackers need to protect the diffuser. Position compromised.
Well, he's gonna miss his shots and die.
Yeah,
You don't want to be missing your shots,
that's kind of what it
especially.
came down to, is that 1v1. Yeah, I feel like if he won that 1v1, he would have had a very, very good chance to win that round, especially with the Thatcher still being outside on Repel. And we are
Yeah.
going to see that timeout coming out.
Finally. After how long, we're finally seeing the timeout.
Yeah. I think in that
Clem-
last round,
On
as
match
soon
point,
as
though, that's not the greatest. When
Yeah,
it was
not
5-1, you should have probably called the timeout, considering that there's still chances to bring it back. But now you're 6-1 and you're calling timeout. What do you have to talk about? What is going through your head? What are you gonna say? Right? You're 1 point from losing, and you have to try to come back on that.
yeah, and And if I'm in Clemdaddy's huddle or whatever we want to call it, I'm gonna call it a huddle because it sounds more fun. If I'm in their huddle right now, I'm thinking, what are they doing? How did they pick us apart that round? And if I think it was Jaeger, got absolutely just destroyed with flashbangs, I'm thinking I might not want to play there again unless I have a shield.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Wamai, and well, that was a lot of flashbangs to get thrown at you.
Defenders, protect your
I
bombs
think
from
looking
being
back at the
defused
clip,
by
it was 4
attackers.
flashbangs in total.
Yeah, it was at least the 4. I could have been
That's
upwards to 6 though, because none of them had any flashbangs back at the or left at the same time.
I think maximum could be 5 because I did watch Thermite throw his flashbang right into the arena gate.
Ah, yes, that'll do it. I think I missed that one.
Yeah. So I think maximum was 5. Only 4 though. I'm pretty sure were thrown out because I'm pretty sure Thermite used an early one.
10
I could
seconds
be
to
wrong.
insertion.
Could be very wrong. But now
5
you see
seconds
that
left
shield on
before
Pixel
insertion.
with Jaeger putting down his ADSs to help protect it.
Attackers are moving
He's
out
having
to
a little
locate a
trouble
bomb
over
and
there.
defuse it.
We could see him jitter back
Yeah.
and forth.
The only problem though is Mr. Pang switched up their attack. They now have that stature on the board.
Yeah, and at the same time, I don't want to discount that one, but now that we switch sides, there's still really only one person that looks like they're really showing up, unfortunately, for Clemdaddy. And I mean, we did see Cobalt pick up his first few kills, so that's
So it's good.
probably a
So great.
really good sign. So
Yeah.
hopefully he can keep that up and keep Clemdaddy in this game for the rest of the match. I want to see this match go to OT, so or at least go all 12 rounds. It would be
Attackers dropping.
a little
Amazing.
upsetting not to see that, and we do have
Yep.
first frag coming out
Ooh,
already.
Juicy too. That is the player that had, well, I guess you can say, decided to show up after a few
Attackers
disappointing
recovered the
rounds
bomb diffuser.
on defense. He's getting picked off. That is your top frag. If you're Mr. Pang in this situation, 4v5 on attack, you also have to clear out a pixel shot. How do you feel? You have no way of breaking open that Fraser wall. You have to kind of go through doorways, and that can never be fun.
Yeah, I mean, not particularly what you want to see.
True.
But now it looks like Mr. Pang looks like they're trying to get
Oh,
a hold back on and
and
damaging, picking up a
there
second
goes
frag.
Aqua. Damaging the only player that really showing up for them, and well, he's gonna picked off near the bottom of red stairs there. As Mr. Pang gets ready to push into site here. 3v4. All of Mr. Pang has their health. We are gonna be seeing a
Bomb located
peek
by
onto the
attackers.
pixel. And well, am I gonna swing and well die? Disappointing. To say the least. And there goes Jaeger again. Jaeger's
Yeah,
not
not
playing
looking
behind
too
the
good
shield.
for not looking too good for Clemdaddy here.
No.
They got the
You're
first 2
in
kills, but Smoke's still alive though. He still has
you're
he still has 2
Attackers have
canisters
dropped
left.
the
He
bomb
just used
diffuser.
1.
Attackers recovered the
you're in a
diffuser.
2v3. And well, Cobalt only got his first 2 kills last round. That is not the greatest situation to be in right now. Alibi, half HP now. Toaster also losing almost all of his HP as well. Plant going down. They're about to be in a post-plant
Attackers
scenario.
are activating the
Apparently,
diffuser.
Alibi cannot hit that Thatcher. What was going on there? Oh, well, there goes Alibi. Cobalt has to try to
Defenders
carry
have
his
eyes on the
team,
diffuser.
hopefully to
Attackers
continue
need to protect
going.
it.
I
I
have
don't think
hope.
he's gonna do it.
I
I don't
have
think he's
hope.
gonna do it.
I think he's going to be able to do it.
You have to verse an LMG
Actually, now that
and,
there's one on the
well,
roof, yeah,
2
there's no way he's
LMGs.
going to do it.
Yeah.
Yep, and that is it, unfortunately. 7-1.
Just
That's
a disappointing map, especially or
disappointing,
disappointing match.
but
Especially if you're Clemdaddy with a 3-1, like you said, through the qualifiers. That's I feel like they should have showed up more there. It's a very
yeah.
disappointing match, to say the least.
It honestly looked like Clemdaddy was a little worried that whole time. It looks like they were still a little nervous about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Adjusting, you can
yeah,
say, to everything.
yeah. It looks like they're gonna have to come back next week a little stronger.
A little more refined. Uh, Lux, what were your thoughts? We didn't hear you in between the rounds, unfortunately.
I mean, I was watching the games, and I feel like both teams had a lot to offer, but they really Clemdaddy didn't show up. They really had damaging carrying them, and Cobalt and the other dude that was at the bottom. They really weren't helping out. So I think they really need to come back in this next week, and they need to make sure that they're all pitching in. Because shoot, man, I mean, I know those games when battery. I'm playing a battery, and he's carrying the game. I mean, shoot, we're not going to win those ones, especially once you get into these competitive games. You just hate to see it. I really feel like Cobalt let those guys down. Sorry to single him out, but
He he wasn't at the end. On the defense, it looked like he was playing all right. On the attacking side, I mean, he was playing the Heartbreach role, so I'll give him the
True,
benefit of the doubt
but
there.
Juicy was also playing a Heartbreach role and dropped 11
Yeah,
kills,
but if I remember
so
correctly, Juicy
or 9
usually
kills.
isn't on that Heartbreach role, so
True.
he's mainly usually a like a frag or flex player. So we are gonna get Juicy in here for an interview though. So what's up, Juicy?
Hello.
Nice
How's it
win.
going, Juicy?
Nice
Thank
win. Congratulations.
thank you. Thank you.
Um, so I'd like to start it off. What was the mindset going into that game, especially with the fact that you weren't on like your natural role?
So I co-IGL with he's not in the game right now, but his name's Soapy. We call him Ethan. I co-IGL with him. So I kind of just had to absorb that entirety of his responsibility as playing both hard support and kind of being the main IGL. I have experience IGLing, but not to this degree where I have to orchestrate everything. So it was kind of just like a headache to get everything set up. We weren't really running the right lineups because we had a sub and we didn't really have enough time to dry run and get the full practice in with him. But I'm still pretty happy with our performance.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I would be too, especially with a score line like that. Yeah, that'd be a very exciting one. Um, so I know you mentioned that you hadn't IGL to this degree before,
Hmm.
but is it a change that you would be willing to take on? Is it apparently worked out really well, especially that was one of the stronger teams through the qualifier.
I mean, to be honest, I think Ethan's words kind of have a little more impact on the team most of the time, just because they're really used to this eye-jailing rule. I mean, we could switch things up, but I have both like a supportive and an aggressive play style. Just yet in comp, when I have like a fully put together team that's ready to go out, I'm a lot better on an aggressive role, like second entry, which is usually what I play. But I don't mind like picking the SMG 11 up every once in a while. It was pretty fun just like playing smoke and just kind of getting the round set up however you wanted to. Also, you kind of have to go fragmite every once in a while, so
Yeah, definitely nice to see that fragmite coming out. Do you have any questions for him, Chamber? I mean,
I mean, he pretty much answered kind of everything I was gonna ask.
Luxy, do you have any
There's
questions?
well,
Anything?
obviously, Juicy, I need you to address your fan base right now. What do you want to say to them? Because I mean, they show out in the chat every single time, and I love to see it.
shout out to everyone in the chat. You guys make this a very fun experience for me and all of my teammates here. Just kind of seeing all of the support for my name just kind of being put in there with like some water emojis every once in a while. And it's just fun just kind of reading through that after we finish the game and just going through the VOD. But yeah, thank you for all that support.
Well, thank you for coming in, Juicy. So
answering our questions.
answering our questions.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, but I think that might be everything that we do have. So
Mm-hmm.
thank you for joining. Congratulations on the win, and hopefully we'll get to see you next week.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
That brings an end to tonight's cast.
Tonight's cast.
However, we do have a few matches coming up. We have some we have a few matches coming up. We have one coming up Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 9th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and then we have two matches on Sunday at 7:30 and 9 p.m. And those are going to be 6 completely new teams that we have not seen yet. So outside of Venom Nation, returning from last season, and Zero Risk also returning from last season.
I
So
can't
technically
wait.
4 new seasons
Yeah,
or
I can't
teams.
wait for the Venom Nation match. I hope they just come out on an absolute revenge tour and sweep through everybody.
Yeah, I think they're gonna come out swinging all the way. But overall, do you guys have any closing thoughts?
I mean, no. Especially with what Juicy had already said. They were already running on a reduced kind of roster. He hasn't played the IGO role. That just makes me more disappointed in Clemdaddy. Like you were saying, they were doing so well through the qualifiers just for that to happen. That doesn't seem the greatest whatsoever.
I'm just
Well,
excited for the next game, ready to go out and see who wins. I'm looking for some more upsets, honestly. Mix this league up.
yeah. Well, again, thank you all for tuning in. But that is going to bring an end. So thank you all for coming in. But we are going to start to head off. So we will see you back here, not same time, but same place this Saturday. And thanks for tuning in.